Blessings and greetings, greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We're alive because we're meaning to stay alive in this most existential of moments with the intent of being configured toward Chaim, instructions of life, toward Chesed, instructions of kindness, toward Racham, instructions of mercies. Usually I have the camera pointing at me, but today I'm having the candle pointed at a candle burning in commemoration for the elevation of the soul of my grandmother, Chaya Esther Bas Hersholeb. This is her 30th anniversary of her ascension, and I thought these teachings would be appropriate, and going beyond, hopefully, this humble presentation, continue a series based on a classic work by the second Chabad Rebbe, the first literal Lubavitch Rebbe, because he was the first Rebbe of Chabad to live in the small hamlet of Lubavitch in White Russia. His name was the Mittler Rebbe, Dov Ber Shniori, who lived from 1773 till he went to the next level of life in 1827. So here we go. Blessed souls, one of the distinguishing qualities of a Rebbe is that he can share a pristine awareness of a collective subconsciousness of human souls and to explain to us who don't constantly access our subconsciousness, or better described as superconsciousness from within the teachings of the inner dimensions of Torah, what we truly desire. One such Rebbe was the Mittler Rebbe, who composed a classic Hasidic text known as Shari Tshuva, the gates of repentance or the gates of return. He identified that many people, due to being overly burdened with making a living, yet still are able to recognize and verbalize at times their longing to draw their hearts closer to their Creator, who resides not only in this world, but in the upper celestial realms of creation. This longing on the part of human souls can lead to a conscious crying out to return with a full sense of return within his or her blessed human heart. The outcome of this crying out, is that there can emerge a sense of bitterness and a sense of brokenheartedness, of feeling separated from Creator. Now, the Mittler Rebbe identified those feelings as positive, which can serve as a catalyst for serving Creator with joy and a good heart when engaging in a meditation about the greatness of the Creator, how expansive Creator is, the source of all expansiveness, all of growth. If one serves Creator only via joyful mode or joyful mood, this can generate a scenario of falling from a joyous state to the opposite of joy, which is an undesirable place to be. So a question may be posed: what is the power of bitterness and a sense of feeling distance from Creator, being one's heartfelt consciousness, which can lead to a true joy in serving Creator, as opposed to starting from a point of joy or joyous state of mind and heart, which can lead to the downfall in the opposite direction? The Mittler Rebbe, before answering this perplexing question, stated in the introduction to his work, Shari Tshuva, Gates of Repentance, Gates of Return, that the godly light of Creator will not dwell within a human being unless he or she is of crushed and humbled spirit. And I want to emphasize and point out that a crushed and humbled spirit should not be associated with some sort of manifestation of clinical depression or undiagnosed depression or feelings of hopelessness. One example of getting closer to the Creator is exemplified in King David's chapter 51 in Tehillim, where there's an identification of a type of spiritual sacrifice. Namely, sacrifices to the Creator are of a broken spirit, as we read now from chapter 51, verse 9, chapter 51, verse 19. The offerings of God are a broken spirit. A heart broken and crushed, O God, you will despise not. Now, there are many commentaries from the oral Torah tradition, blessed souls, what this means. Excuse me. One such oral Torah tradition is quoted in the Talmudic tractate of Sota, the 5th page, 2nd side. The Yeshua ben Levi stated, "How great are those who subdue their spirits, for when the temple stood, if a person gave a burnt offering, he gained the merit of only that single burnt offering. If he donated a meal offering, he was given credit only for that single meal offering. But he who sacrifices his pride and subdues his spirit with genuine humility is considered as if he offered every form of sacrifice, for it says, the offerings of God are a broken spirit. And indicative of the fact that it is written that the offerings up to the Almighty is including all of the sacrifices, is because it says, and this is something which you have to understand in the Hebrew context, it says the sacrifices of the God are a broken spirit. Spirit in the Lashon HaKodesh means ruach, a broken spirit, not broken spirits. The Maharal Prague brings also in his work Nesiv HaTshuvah, the pathway of returning, chapter 2, that a Corban, a sacrifice, literally means a way of drawing near. Passion and pride separate a human being from his or her maker. When these are removed by means of sincere repentance and genuine submission, human being draws as near to God as humanly possible. Rabbeinu Yonah explains in his work Shari Tshuva, which was an early work written several hundred years before the Mittler Rebbe's Shari Tshuva, that a broken heart connotes a modest and humble spirit. A crushed heart connotes the breaking of physical lust, for the heart is the repository of desire. If one breaks his or her physical urges, he or she accrues a great advantage, for when he or she is tempted to transgress, he or she will reason, I did not even succumb to my desire, for what is permitted. How then can I stretch forth my hand for what is forbidden? So we'll leave it there, blessed souls, something to consider as we get ready for Yom Kippur. There's a lot here, and we're basically going to try to cover about, hopefully, we're going to be able to finish this series. It's going to take probably more than a year. It's more than 250. It's about, it's 286 pages, without including an additional teaching at the end. It's about 292 pages of teachings elucidating on the idea of getting closer to the Creator. Now, we all get closer to the Creator with the upcoming day, which is also known as Shabbat Shabboson, the Shabbos of all Shabboses, Yom Kippur, Yom Kippurim, the Day of Atonement, and through all our actions, with our thought, speech, and action, in a way of Ahava Chad, one love, Gorla Chad, one destiny Kulanu, one destiny for all is Badarkin Om Darki Shalom, a pleasant, peaceful way. I remind everyone, I remind myself first, I've got to be good, you've got to be good, we've all got to be good, because Ateva Tov Lehetiv, it's the nature of the good to do good, and the Creator waits ever so patient for us to activate this good. All 7.7 billion plus human beings gleaming and streaming and screaming into the creation for peace and pleasantness, no more hatred, no more jealousy, no more unnecessary competition, the earmark signs that we have finally reached the universal redemption. Take care, everyone.